If I watch Worlds, I'll be like with that feeling that I needed and I wanted to be there. But I mean, after all, it's just like you just surpass that really fast, and then you just start thinking again on the future and how to get there and what did you did wrong and what you can improve.
Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller at the Refresh office. I hope the sound and everything is fine because it's a bit hauly, but should be okay. Joined here by Guilhoto, now officially the coach of Origen. We spoke a bit on stream, twitch.tv, the Shotcaller GG. And yeah, congratulations on getting the position. What were the conversations like? You got in very early, I was told, or at least behind the scenes you were in early?
I was in very quick. I think quick is better than early. Okay. For this off-season, I wanted to be decided on a team before the free agency opens, because I think that it's really important that, for me at least, that I have a saying on what roster we want to build. And I talked to a lot of teams, but with Origen was just quick, because what I was looking for was just met. And I also had the opportunity to keep Fabian and Erland with me. So that was also one of my goals. So for me, the off-season was just really good, I would say.
Erland being Nuktak, of course.
Yeah. Nuktak, yeah.
So like, what were some of the, so I just talked with the physio and he said, okay, well, I wanted Guilhoto very early in so we could decide on rosters collectively, because there's no point in building a roster and then getting in the coach and then it doesn't match and stuff. What were like some of your priority targets for transfers that you definitely wanted to get into the team, besides Nuktak, of course?
Yeah. So we wanted a really smart team overall. And something that I always wanted was a young talent on AD carry that can be surrounded by a really experienced support. So that was our goal for bot lane. And then we wanted a team that just seemed that would match well in terms of personality, and that there were also in our eyes one of the best mechanical players on their positions as well. And that's without any kind of discussion. Alfari is in there, Nuktak is in there, Sheriff will be in there. I'm actually really sure, and Cold, even though he was in UOL, he also showed a lot of really good glimpses of some mechanical activity that also surprised us, especially with the pull of junglers that are at the moment in the UL, in the LEC, Jesus, and Mythy, we just assumed that he had a bad year in NA. Having talks with him, I also realized that the environment was something that was really dependent for his performance, and I knew that we could offer him a good environment and a team similar to what he was also looking for. So I'm also expecting to Mythy level to come back to what it was to the G2-1. So I was just globally, I just think that the team just meshes really well together and with the ideas that we have.
You managed to go from not making playoffs in spring to second place in summer last year, and grab the Coach of the Split award, of course. That was a very successful first year in LCS, I would say. What are like your goals for the upcoming year?
So this time, since I signed a 3-year deal, I'm looking a bit more long term. It's also franchising, so it obviously changed. We defined in our bootcamp on the boat, we defined kind of what would be our goals and the timeline of those goals. And in the first split, since it's a new team and we want to mesh well or really well together, making playoffs is obviously the main goal. And in playoffs, probably reaching a top 4 would be a good goal. I mean, all my springs were just shit. It's just how it is. Giants Spanish League, I didn't make it to playoffs on the first split. Then on summer we reach LCS. So on Schalke the same. So it's or in terms of the spring summer. So I want to get rid of that curse of being a really bad spring split, but obviously in summer the goal is to make it to Worlds, which is something that I didn't make it yet, and it's just something that I have to do. So for me, and that's also what I told to the fish show, I want to be able to do more than what I did last year. And that includes having a better spring, of course. I mean, I don't think it can be really worse than that. But having a better spring, making the playoffs, maybe top 4, because I also realized the importance of the points in spring split, getting second place and not making to Worlds. So, and on summer, just trying to get a good spot on Worlds and having a better performance on playoffs as well.
I mean, yeah, if we make top 4, there will be a press conference after the series, and I can end you in the questions in that again, so that will be a lot of fun. Yeah, actually, reflecting on that, we didn't really talk about that before. Not making Worlds with Schalke, even though technically the team had like 3 major ways to get there. So first of all, Misfits wins against Vitality, didn't follow through. You guys win against Fnatic, didn't follow through, and then regional qualifiers didn't follow through.
What's your question?
It's like, what were you like after even the regional qualifiers didn't go to plan? What was like that week afterwards?
I mean, I think that we assumed that. I think that at least the plan that I ended up doing was that we would get Worlds on one of those 2 ways. First of all, because Vitality was playing really bad in scrims, so we actually thought that Misfits had a better chance. And we had that Akali plan, and I think we had a really decent plan overall against Fnatic. But they were just smurfing at some point, and they swapped Wipo out, and our plan was assuming that people would play more games. And unlike Vitality on the semifinals, they decided to just they have a plan against Akali, we just perma-ban it. The Vitality relation is the Shen, for example, and the globals against him. So we obviously it became a bit rough. I still think that we made like a hell of a series against Fnatic. Even though it was 3-1, all the games were super close. They outperformed us on team fights, and that was the Fnatic at that point. That's what they improved going to Worlds, is their early game became way stronger and stuff like that. So that was also unlucky. But then on the Gauntlet, I just think that we just had no energy. Both the trip and the whole practice that we put into. Also, G2 has a lot more time to explore the meta, even though it was on the same patch. The fact that, for example, Urgot started to come in one day, or appeared in competitive one day before the finals, and we didn't have like that much time to practice it. The same with Aatrox. And the meta shift that after became to the Gauntlet with way more carry stop was something that obviously favors G2 over us. But overall, like the energy and stuff, that was the most decisive. But the week after was just shit. I don't know what you expect. Like, it's just we thought that at that point we were the second best team in Europe. It's not only the second place, but I think that G2 and Vitality performed excellent at Worlds. I don't think that we could have done much better than them, obviously. I just think that at that given point, we were better than them. At the point of the finals, then once the match shifts to top carries, then it's a completely different story. But yeah, I mean, it was just a really hard. I just decided that I wouldn't even watch Worlds. Obviously, I ended up watching it, but that was kind of my thoughts on that week.
Like play-ins and first few weeks were no.
Just like, I will not watch Worlds at all. If I watch Worlds, I'll be like with that feeling that I needed and I wanted to be there. But I mean, after all, it's just like you just surpass that really fast, and then you just start thinking again on the future and how to get there and what did you did wrong and what you can improve.
So it's like, I always kind of try, hey, what if we had some really cool rivalries and stuff? And like, if I would be in your position, I would hate Misfits. Like, I would hate them to death, given that, you know, if they would have just won that one series. I mean, you can always argue, hey, you had it in your own hands as well, yada, yada, but like, come on, man, like, just win that series and we'll go to. So like, if I were be in your position, I would go at Misfits and like, I want to win every single game we play against them 100%. Like, you know, there are other rivalries, but this one matters to me. So what's your take on that?
But that is like a rivalry that almost doesn't matter, right? Because then it would be a rivalry between me and Misfits, and who cares, you know? Like, I think that if we want to make rivalries, I think that this year in LEC, the rivalries that are made are just extremely good. Like the Fnatic G2 storyline is just great. Then you have the comeback of Origen against Fnatic, the Origen against G2 with Mithi now on Origen, so that would also be great. Then the SK against Fnatic, stuff like that, even though that rivalry will be like, who cares? But yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of rivalries at the moment. I have some personal vendetta. I can have a personal vendetta with Misfits. I don't mind. I have a personal vendetta against every team in the LEC. So a personal vendetta, like I just want to beat them. But I don't think there is like a rivalry. I think that honestly, Misfits was at the state that we were in the Gauntlet, like just out of energy, mentally just
also
broken. Yeah, Maxlor was sick, so I don't think it's just obviously. I hope they didn't do it on purpose. So if they did it on purpose, then I would have a personal vendetta, and I would like just join Misfits next year and destroy the organization from inside or some shit. No, I'm kidding.
That's like some 200 IQ Galaxy long-term plan. But okay, so yeah, we have some predictions, some thoughts on the roster and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, like what can fans expect from you personally in the I think I kind of already asked that question, so I'm just gonna let that one slide. But yeah, I mean, like I just did a 40-minute interview with the Fisher. Like he just covered everything already. So like it's very hard for me right now to
talking 40 minutes with the Fisher is rough.
I mean, it wasn't me talking, it was just him talking.
Yes, hearing him talk. That's the problem of having a talk with the Fisher, is that you don't talk. He just boo 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 boo.
He's just still a caster at heart.
Kind of. I actually suggested that to the Fisher, that on one of our scrims, he's just there and casting the game. And that would be like really insane, but he doesn't want to do it right now.
Maybe you need to get like a co-caster.
Because first off, I said, you can just cast a team fight. And he's like, but I'm not a color caster. And I'm like, okay. Sure, but you can still cast team fight. And I'm like, no, that had to be someone like Medic or some shit. And I'm like, whatever. You just don't want to cast.
Just get it, like, just get in a color caster. Like, I don't know, hire someone for $100 for like one game, and then like he has to do it.
Yes, but I'm actually considering doing that.
Do it, and then like record it and then put it on the Origen YouTube channel. It's like it's gonna explode on Reddit.
Of course. I mean, no, but then it's leak. Then we are leaking scrims.
Yeah, okay, then do it like 3 months after.
No, I can just film the fish show and then they don't know the team.
Yeah. Just leave out all the names.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I'm like a Galaxy brand.
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, content creation, always setting up. But yeah, we're gonna play FIFA one day. I heard one day it's gonna happen. Oh yeah.
If you think the way that you're gonna get destroyed is playing FIFA, then sure.
One thing, you almost went to Team Liquid according to your dad's Facebook post or something like that. Explain this.
No.
This.
Okay. So, oh my god. I never went close to go to Team Liquid. That was never close. I was close to go to other American teams. And my father is a bit of, let's say, ignorant in that sense. He thinks that this is kind of like, let's say, a joke. And once I'm talking to my parents saying, hey lads, I might go to LA, then he just goes to his work and say, oh yeah, my son might just like go to LA next year. And obviously, like, if he's telling that to someone of his work, then, and this guy goes home and talks to like the nephews or whatever, then that's a leak. And but it wasn't Team Liquid. Team Liquid was kind of a joke that I was making because I saw on Reddit a post that I was in theory joining Team Liquid, and then I'm like, okay, let me just follow some Team Liquid people and some tweets about NA and shit. But then Jacob Wolf has to ruin all the fun. Like, I was having like so much fun with that, and then Jacob was rumors, he's going to Origen. Like,
first sources.
First sources. I would like to know who those sources are, though. I think it's you, but you didn't know.
I mean, I did, but I didn't tell.
What?
Yeah.
How did you know? Okay, sources, I guess. Sources.
I didn't tell anyone, but
Okay, sources.
That's just how it is, you know. That's sources. At the end of each interview, you know, we do the hashtag thing. I feel like it should just be hashtag sources because I think it's very fun.
I mean, it has to be. By this point, it has to be.
Okay. So anything you want to say to the fans?
No, just thank you for supporting us. I think Origen was really well welcomed back to LEC, and we just hope to make you proud and que Origen vuelva a ser uno de los mejores equipos en Europa.
Caralho.
That's Portuguese, not Spanish though.
Oh wait, you spoke Spanish?
Yes, I spoke Spanish. Good job.
I mean, come on, it's like, I mean, yeah. Cut the tape. Hashtag sources if you watched until the end. Thank you very much for your time, Guilhoto. And yeah, hashtag sources. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Buchnevich for his support. And if you too would like to support our work, make sure to check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/theshotcallergg. We very much appreciate your support. Thank you.